it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. And today we're talking about the skin microbiome, which is a physical protective layer on your skin that actually works in tandem with your skin barrier, which I'm always talking about, right? These two actually work together to protect your skin from UV damage, pollutants, irritants. They are that protective physical layer on your skin. The microbiome is made up of a lot of different microorganisms that are actually unique to you and to your environment. So you only have one microbiome out there, but there are some things in skincare, some ingredients and some techniques that we can use to keep that microbiome really strong and to keep your skin really healthy. So today I'm going to be talking about some products from Swanicoco. They are a Korean skincare brand that's all about merging the latest skincare innovations with time-honored natural ingredients and kind of bringing you the best of both worlds. Their products are also rigorously tested for skin safety and skin sensitivity, and all of their products are hypoallergenic. And today's video is sponsored by Stylevana, which is really the place to go get all your Swanicoco products because they have an extensive selection, including the products we're going to talk about and many, many more. Plus, they have other hundreds of Asian beauty brands. They have skincare, they have makeup, they have it all. And I honestly do find some of the very best prices on Stylevana. So if you are looking to maybe do a haul, get a lot of bang for your buck, Stylevana is really the place to be. And since it is the shopping season, I do have an exclusive discount code for you guys. So if you use the code that I'm going to put on the screen right now, you can use this code now through November 30th to save up to 20% on your purchase. And if you're one of the first 60 people to use this code, you are going to get a free gift with your purchase. You're going to be receiving the low pH rice face and body cleansing bar from Beauty of Joseon. So check out the info box for more information about that code and keep watching to learn how you can keep your microbiome nice and healthy and strong. Tip number 1 is get to know probiotics in your skincare. I'm not talking about the little pills that you take to keep yourself regular. Although probiotics can really help your gut microbiome and help to really encourage healthy bacteria to flourish, and that's what helps keep your system going. I'm talking about probiotic skincare. So probiotics kind of have the same influence on your microbiome as it does your gut. It helps those healthy microorganisms to flourish, therefore making your microbiome function stronger, which helps make your skin healthier and stronger in the long run. So lots of probiotic skincare ingredients out there, but one you really need to know about, a really good one, is bifidobacter lysate. So this is a great ingredient because it is a probiotic that helps to strengthen your microbiome and helps with a healthy skin barrier function. A lot of people who use bifidobacter will report that their skin feels stronger. So it's actually really great for sensitivity, irritation, people who just kind of feel like they have a weak moisture barrier. It kind of sounds like me, right? Bifidobacter lysate is an ingredient that as you use it consistently over time will make your skin stronger and healthier in the long run. But there's even more benefits to this ingredient. It can also help to brighten up and even out your complexion, giving you that healthy glow that I feel like all of us skincare heads are chasing. But it can also help to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles and increase skin hydration. So where will you find bifidobacter lysate? Well, you can find it in the Swanicoco The Biotherapy First Essence. Now this is an exciting product because you know I love essences, you know I love a good first essence, and you know I love a good single extract essence, and this checks all of those boxes so well. So we have 99% of bifidobacter lysate in here. It is the only star ingredient. So this is a first essence, meaning that after you cleanse your face, this is the first skincare product that you want to put on after doing that, before toners and before serum. So it's not like your traditional essence. This has a very thin, quickly absorbed texture, so it actually functions really nicely as the first step to your skincare, and it will help the other skincare that you layer on top of it to kind of absorb absorb a little bit better into the skin. It's just a great overall prep step in your skincare routine, delivering lots of bifida into the skin. And I've only been using this for a short time, but I'm kind of slowly starting to fall in love with it because it really is giving me all the benefits that I look for in an essence. That kind of healthier, glowy looking complexion, like that skin conditioning effect where your skin just feels a little bit smoother. It just feels a little silkier to the touch. It does seem to help with hydration because I'm always seeking for a little bit more in my skincare routine. I find first essences can help improve the hydration of other skincare products, and I honestly feel like this performs on that level. Tip number 2 is to nourish your microbiome. So I want to talk about the Swanicoco Swan Cream Extra Hydrating Edition because this cream is featuring a high amount of Saccharomyces ferment. Now, this is another probiotic ingredient that kind of has similar benefits to bifida ferment lysate. Oftentimes, fermented ingredients are going to have some of that probiotic or prebiotic benefit for your microbiome. So it's always good to kind of seek out those fermented ingredients. So Saccharomyces ferment can definitely help to improve the complexion, give you that glow. It can help with your skin microbiome and just overall contribute to healthy skin because it's rich in vitamins, minerals, and hydrating amino acids. You know I love a good moisturizer that's medium weight, that gives a good amount of moisturization, that has enough occlusivity to fight dehydration, but doesn't feel too rich or too heavy on my skin. Well, this has done it. I actually wasn't expecting much from this cream, I have to admit. I was thinking based on the name that it was going to be more of a gel cream texture, but I was so wrong. Pleasantly surprised when I opened up this jar and I saw this thick, rich, almost buttery-like texture. Just looking at it with my eyes, I was like, oh yeah. And then when I got it onto my skin, wow, this is really special. So this is going to be great for skin that leans on the drier side because it definitely does have a buttery richness to it. It's not greasy. It doesn't have an oil quality to it, but you know, on the scale of moisture, there's definitely a little bit more here, a little bit more nourishment for dry skin. And my skin is just drinking this up right now because we're getting in those really cold temperatures. We're just starting to, and that's when my skin really flares up with dryness. And this buttery, almost like stiff kind of texture that just kind of melts under the heat of your hands. So lovely, so luxurious. It really does give your skin the right amount of nourishment and pampering. It's got good occlusivity to fight dehydration, and it's just that right medium texture that feels so good on my skin right now. My number 3 tip for keeping your microbiome strong is to protect against UV exposure. Oh yeah. You know, it's complicated because like it seems like the sun is the root of like all the woes in skincare, all the things that we're trying to prevent against, right? But at the same time, like, doesn't it feel so good to go out on a sunny, warm, beautiful day and just like get all of that vitamin D? I know. I feel the same way. It's complicated, right? Definitely you want to go out and enjoy the sun, and you can. Just make sure to protect against UV rays, because when you are exposed to UV, especially prolonged to UV on high UV days, it can actually do a lot of damage to your skin and can definitely compromise your microbiome and your skin barrier function. Have you ever been out on a super duper hot day where you're exposed to a lot of sun, and then you kind of come in and you realize your skin feels really tight, like really tight and kind of dry even, like it just feels a little bit baked? Well, that is the sun's effect on your outer protective layer. The barrier and the microbiome that are protecting your skin are being compromised by that UV exposure. So this is the Swanicoco All Day Care Sun Gel. This is rated SPF 50 plus PA plus 4. This is technically a hybrid sunscreen, but it's using a lot more of the newer generation chemical filters, specifically 4 new generation chemical filters and 1 mineral filter, which is titanium dioxide. So this definitely has the type of texture and the type of performance that I would expect from something with all new generation chemical filters, right? It definitely has a pleasing texture. Now let me show you though, because it kind of comes out of the bottle like really thick and stiff, and you're like, uh-oh, this is not gonna turn out good at all. I did kind of panic a little bit the first time I tested it out, but it's so interesting because it is stiff and thick, but then once you like start to touch it, it's almost like a mousse texture. It just like kind of like blends in and effortlessly, and it becomes this like really airy and fluffy, like moisturizing sunscreen. It's a really interesting texture, like looks deceive on that first try, but once you get it onto your skin, you're gonna feel that it brings a nice moisture to the skin that's not heavy. It doesn't feel like that thick layer of sunscreen just sitting on top of your skin and feeling kind of greasy. This almost has like a moisturizer type of feel to it because it kind of blends into your skin really nicely. Touch of hydration, a little bit of nourishing moisture, not greasy, like absorbs and blends into the skin really well. No white cast, no weird streaks or buildup in the dark eyebrows, which I tend to get with mineral filters. This has been formulated in a really elegant way, very easy to use for a multitude of skin tones, in my opinion. Works well with makeup, very comfortable to use. I really love it. The only thing is it's not water like resistant, not that big of a deal, but just something to know. I do need to point out a little bit of fragrance here at the bottom of the ingredients list. Keen eyes, you probably picked this up, right? I do want to point this out because I usually talk about skincare that does not contain any artificial fragrance in it. It's just easier for me when I'm, communicating about a lot of sensitive skincare. It's just kind of easier to avoid fragrance, but generally it doesn't bug me as much as like essential oils do or drying alcohol does. The amount of fragrance in here, like the amount of scent, it's actually very subtle. It's just something you're going to smell on application and then it goes away. It is not heavily perfumed. You're not going to walk around smelling like this sunscreen all day long. And I actually find the scent to be pleasant. It has just like a very faint baby powder kind of smell to it, just like that nice, clean, slightly warm baby powder smell, which I actually really like. I have to tell you, I'm so excited. This is a normal size sunscreen. This is 150 milliliter of sunscreen. That's about 3 times the average size of your Korean and Asian beauty sunscreens, which come in at a whopping 50 milliliter of product. And we're always like complaining about it, right? Because we just like go through our sunscreens so quickly and we're like, man, I wish they would just come in a bigger size. And I find this to be like a bigger size. I find this to be like the size that I was hoping my sunscreen would be. This is going to last me more than a couple of weeks, right? Or something that I feel confident that I can put this on my body and my face because I don't feel like I'm wasting product, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So I was really pleased to find like I said, a normal or like a slightly bigger size in K-Beauty. You just don't come across that every single day. Tip number 4 is to know and soothe the symptoms of a weak microbiome. So, I'm always talking about how dehydration is linked to a weak moisture barrier. It's actually a symptom. It's not the root cause. It's not the only thing you need to be treating, right? You need to be strengthening your skin barrier. And that is actually true of your microbiome as well. If you are going through a lot of dehydration, definitely focus on your ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids for your skin barrier, but think about some of the other tips that I'm talking about in this video too to strengthen that microbiome, because those two things do work together. But if you are going through maybe some unexplained skin sensitivity, if you're noticing that products you've used for a really long time all of a sudden seem to be bugging your skin or even stinging and burning your skin, these are signs that something's up with your skin's protective defenses, your microbiome, your skin barrier. So if you're going through a lot of irritation, inflammation, redness on the skin, maybe you're getting eczema flare-ups, these are all signs. So this is the Swanicoco Centella Asiatica Ointment. This is a really simple formula that's utilizing Centella, which we know to be a beautiful soothing ingredient. It's great for calming inflammation on the skin, but did you know that Centella is actually a great skin hydrator too, because it increases your skin's natural hyaluronic acid synthesis. So it helps your skin to hydrate and to retain and hold on to that hydration. So it's kind of helping with irritation and dehydration and barrier function. And it's great if you are suffering with eczema. It's great if you have acne. It's a great wound healer and skin mender. It's just all over a great treatment for skin that is ailing. This has a really nice moisturizing gel-like texture. It's a little bit different because it doesn't offer a lot of hydration. Like when you say gel, you think like really hydrating. It's more on the moisturizing side. This gel has a little bit of moisture, just a little whisper of richness in it. That feels really good when your skin is feeling itchy or dry or irritated. That little bit of moisture actually does have a calming and soothing effect alongside of the Centella, but it's a great texture that just like blends down and absorbs into your skin really quickly without it being like a very thick or heavy layer, with just a little bit of occlusivity to protect the area that you're putting it on. One of the signs that something's not right with that protective barrier or microbiome is when you're breaking out like more than usual. Because here's the thing, sometimes you just get pimples and that's just like a normal thing that your skin goes through. It's like a normal cycle, right? So it's always trying to like pinpoint the cause of breakouts can be a little bit tricky, but you know your skin, like you are the expert of your skin. When you notice that like there's like unexplained breakouts or more breakouts or breakouts in areas you usually just don't get pimples, that's a sign that you should be tuning into what's up with your skin and maybe assessing if your skin barrier is weak, and maybe even thinking about your skin microbiome and how you can add in some skincare products to help to strengthen it and to make it more healthy. Because yeah, there's a lot of different causes for breakouts, for acne, for pimples, but sometimes these are signs that something else is not quite right with our skin. The health of our skin is maybe a little bit out of whack. So I did want to mention that Swanicoco does have some pimple patches. This is their A.D.F Hydrocolloid dressing, and these are really great pimple patches because they actually are a little bit thicker. So these are not the type of pimple patches that you want to wear out in public necessarily. They're not like the invisible edges. They're not really thin at the edges, but because they're thicker hydrocolloid, when you got a lot of juice in your pimple, you know, these actually suck up a lot of the juice and hold a lot more because of their thicker material. And my number 5 tip is don't forget that you have a microbiome on your body too. Don't forget the body yaddy. I feel like in skincare, I have definitely fallen into this in the past. I feel like when we talk about skincare, we are almost exclusively talking about what we put here. And we are often forgetting so much about the body. And that's why you often will hear a lot of like skinfluencers or people who are posting skincare videos being like, don't forget about your neck, don't forget about your chest, because we just get like so stuck in the thought process of like just from my forehead to my chin, right? And it can be as simple as putting on some lotion or like a body serum. This does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be a multi-step routine. It doesn't need to take any more extra time, right? We don't need to stress about this. But I wanted to bring this up because yes, we do tend to forget about our bodies, myself included. But if you ever have noticed like intense dryness or itchiness on your skin, that can actually be a sign that your microbiome is off. Remember, like, know the signs, right? And if you have eczema, you probably know that you can get a flare-up anywhere. The very first flare-up of eczema I ever had was actually on the back of my neck, which was like, I didn't even know it was there. One of my coworkers, this was years ago, one of my coworkers actually pointed out, I had my hair in a ponytail and she's like, what is that huge red scaly patch on your neck? I was like, what are you talking about? So that was my first experience with eczema. A few years ago, I even had a patch of eczema on my knee. So it's not just about what's happening on your face, right? And by the way, eczema, I know I've said this before, but it is linked back to a weakened moisture barrier. And there's a lot of research linking it back to your skin microbiome as well. So these are things that you want to keep in mind when you are thinking about body care. So this is the Swanicoco Pro-Biome body lotion, and kind of like the sunscreen, you may have noticed that Swanicoco does have a Pro-Biome formula where they're using different probiotic ingredients all kind of blended in together to strengthen your skin microbiome, including bifida ferment, lysate, and a bunch of other fermented ingredients too. So that's what you're going to find in this lotion. A quick shout out here, we do have some fragrance as well. Again, a very faint smell, kind of in line with the sunscreen, kind of more of that like clean baby powdery type of smell. You're going to smell it. I do find this scent lingers a little bit longer, which I kind of enjoy in body care products. I kind of like to smell good, you know? I will tell you, honestly, this texture is so light. It's got that hydrating element to it. It has moisturization, but it's very light. Actually, you know how I was saying the Swan cream, the extra hydrating Swan cream, I was thinking was going to be more of a gel cream texture. This actually has that type of texture that I was thinking the Swan cream was going to have. So this is a little bit light for my drier body skin, but I still do actually enjoy it. It's something I would use in warmer weather when my skin's maybe not as dry. This is something I'm going to recommend, especially for people who are a little bit like icked out about body lotion. Because I know some of you guys are out there, and I know that like thick creams or greasy creams that don't absorb well into your skin just don't do it for you, right? And so maybe that's why you've avoided maybe body lotion or moisturization in the past. Maybe think about something like this, because this texture is so light, it's so hydrating, it absorbs into your skin so quickly, it's really breathable, it doesn't interfere with you getting your leggings or your jeans on after putting your lotion on after your shower. It's not like that at all. It doesn't sit on top. So if you've not really started your body care regime yet, you're a little afraid of thick textures, this one is lovely. So if you're interested in any of these products from Swanicoco, check out the description box. I have links to all of the products if you want to add them to your wish list, or if you're building out your Stylevana cart right now for Black Friday, definitely now is the time, because remember, I do have an exclusive discount code for you. I'm putting it on the screen right now, and it'll be in the description box with more information. This code will save you up to 20% on your cart. If you are one of the first people to utilize this code, you will also be receiving the free Beauty of Joseon Rice Face and Body Cleansing Bar. Thank you again so much to Stylevana for giving us this discount code and for sponsoring today's video. I'm curious, what are you planning to buy for Black Friday? Let me know in the comment box below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, but you want to use this discount code, you want to see some more skincare videos from me, please, I would be so honored if you just take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I do release a lot of new skincare videos throughout the week, and I also do shorts as well, so turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. All right, I love you so much. Thanks for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.